Hi everyone, myself Vamsi Krishna. In this session, we are going to create a RDS instance, and once the RDS instance is ready, I will show you how to connect within the VPC, and I will show you how to connect from our local machine as well. If you are trying to connect within a VPC, we just need a EC2 client so that we can connect to the database. But if you are connecting from your local machine, you definitely need to change RDS to be accessible from public, or you need a VPN to do this. Okay, we are going to see both the scenarios. Let us get started with the database creation. I am going to create RDS instance and I am going to select PostgreSQL database engine. This is the database RDS dashboard. Go to databases and create database. And in create database section, we have two methods. One is standard create, another one is easy create. I'm going with standard create. Under the engine option, I'm going to select PostgreSQL. Okay. In a similar fashion, we can do MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, Aurora, and MariaDB as well. But this session, I'm specifically focusing on PostgreSQL. And the latest version which is showing here is 11.6 release 1. I'm going to use this. And in the template section, you can choose production, or you can choose dev test, or you can choose free trial. I'm going to select dev test. Into the database identifier, you can say Postgres DB. Postgres database application, something like this. Under the credential settings, master username is Postgres, and password you can keep anything. I'm going to keep this one. Upper lower Postgres #436. You can keep anything, it's up to you. Now the DB instance size, we are going with db.m5 large. If you want, you can change this as well. Under the storage 20 GB, this is fine. One more thing, you can see connectivity. I am going with default VPC, and in the additional connectivity configuration, there is something called publicly accessible. Okay, if you say publicly accessible as yes, you can connect from outside the VPC as well. But what I'm trying to do is, I'm going to keep publicly accessible no, but using VPN, I will connect outside the VPC as well. Okay, see, if I say no, RDS will not assign a public IP address to the database. Only Amazon EC2 instances and devices inside the VPC can connect to the database. Okay, I'll show first this part, and then I will create a VPN and I will connect to this RDS from outside the VPC as well. Okay, and then scroll down and say create database. Okay, now we need to wait until this application gets created, until this RDS gets created. In the meantime, what we can do is, now what I'm going to do, I'm listing here whatever we are going to do now. We created a RDS instance using Postgres engine, and in the connectivity it is public accessible. No, in the sense only from EC2 we can connect to the RDS. Okay, let me create a EC2 instance. Go back to EC2, running instances, launch instance, Amazon Linux 2, review and launch. This is my keeper, and I'm going to name this as PostgreSQL client. PostgreSQL RDS client. Okay, I'm going to connect to this EC2 instance. From there, I will connect to RDS instance. Okay, copy the server IP, go to remote host, specify username, EC2-user, advanced SSH settings. And then browse for your key. This is my key. Now I connected to the PostgreSQL client instance, and here to connect to the RDS, we need to install PostgreSQL. Okay, for that reason, execute this command. Okay, the command is Amazon Linux extras install PostgreSQL 10 I mentioned, but it will pull the latest one. Okay, it is downloading the 10. Next thing, we need to install PostgreSQL server package and PostgreSQL DVL development package. Install this as well. Okay, once this is done, what you can do is you can simply start. You can initialize the database. It is initializing in varlib pgsql data. Next thing is you start PostgreSQL database. This is the PostgreSQL. I think I started multiple times. Okay, now PSQL is ready, and now we need to wait until the RDS becomes active. It is taking some time. It is still in creation stage. Okay, once it is created, in the connectivity and port section, we will get the endpoint. Copy this endpoint. This is the endpoint, and then port number is 5432. Now using PSQL -u, username is Postgres -h. This is the host name. We need to connect using this. Give this command. Okay, this is the command psql -u postgres -h host name. Once we connect to this, it will ask the password. This is the password. Okay, it is asking the password. I have given the password. Perfect. We are able to connect to the PostgreSQL, which is there in the RDS. This is fine. But I want to connect from my Windows machine, which is outside of the VPC. Whatever the process we have done, this EC2 is running inside the VPC. That's why we are able to connect to it. But I want to connect to RDS from outside VPC, but I don't want to put publicly accessible as yes. Okay. For that reason, what I will do is, first I will show what is the issue we will face. Okay. You need to use SQL Workbench file. Okay, let me close this. You need to know how we came here. To connect to PostgreSQL, you need to install a software called SQL Workbench. Okay, you need to download this SQL Workbench. You need to go to this website SQL Workbench, and from here generic package for all system, you need to download this. In my system, I have already downloaded this, and you need to download Java as well. If you want to connect from your system, you need to have Java downloaded in your system, probably Java 8, because SQL Workbench, it clearly says SQL Workbench requires Java 8 or later. Okay, I have Java 8 and SQL Workbench already installed. Let me go to downloads, and this is my SQL Workbench. Okay, from here my version is 64-bit. For that reason, click on SQL Workbench 64. Click on this application. Once you click on SQL Workbench 64, you will get like this window. Okay, and we need to provide driver. Click on driver, and we have to use PostgreSQL driver because ours is RDS PostgreSQL. Browse for that, select PostgreSQL, and it says the library for the driver is, sorry, I took the wrong one. We need to use PostgreSQL. Click on PostgreSQL, and here it is expecting JDBC, Java Database Connectivity, colon, PostgreSQL colon / host. We know the host name already. Copy this host. This is the host. Next one, port number. We know the port number for PostgreSQL is 5432, and the name of the database is Postgres, which is the default database. POSTGRES, Postgres, and username is Postgres, and password is, this is the password which I kept. Okay, this is the password which I kept. If you want, you can say show password. Now we have given the driver URL, username, password, and under the manage drivers, you need to give PostgreSQL driver as well. For that, just type MVN repository. Under the Maven repository, we need to download PostgreSQL driver. Type PostgreSQL driver. Why do we need a driver? Because we are using Java database connectivity to connect to PostgreSQL. Okay, open this PostgreSQL. The latest version of 42.2.14. You can click on this and you can click on jar. Okay, I already have this in my machine. That's why I'm not downloading. I have cancelled it. Now go to SQL Workbench, manage drivers. You can see this. I already have this jar. Perfect. Now you have given URL, you have given username, you have given password, and you have given drivers. Click on test. Okay, click on test. It is connecting to the database. We'll see what error. What it is saying? Connection attempt failed. Okay, the reason for that is here the publicly accessible is no. If you make this publicly accessible yes, this connection will success. But we should not make RDS publicly accessible yes, so that everybody will connect to it. Instead, what we can do is we can install OpenVPN. Okay, we need to install OpenVPN, and use an OpenVPN. We need to connect to the server, and once we connect to VPN, we should be able to access this. Okay, let me install VPN. Launch instance, go to AWS Marketplace and type OpenVPN, press enter. This is the OpenVPN access server. Okay, if you want licensed versions, they support 10 connected devices. We have 25 connected devices as well. I am going to take the first one, which is OpenVPN Connect Access Server, which is free. Select this one, and then scroll down and say continue, and then it is showing t2.small. You can continue with t2.small, and review and launch. This is the key pair. Perfect. Now we have a VPN server ready. We need to connect to the VPN, and we need to accept the license agreement. This is OpenVPN server. Copy this, and if you see this, the username for OpenVPN is root. If you want to connect directly with root, or else the username is OpenVPN AS. Create a new session, SSH. This is the host name, and username is OpenVPN VPN AS. This is the username. Open VPN AS is the username. Use private key. This is the keypad. Now, as and when you connect to this, it will ask you to accept license agreement. You need to say yes, and then you need to press enter, 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 whatever the fields it prompts for. Okay, first we have to accept the license agreement. Yes, it's asking the license agreement. You need to press enter, and then press enter for default, 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 default, everything. Okay, all were press enter for default. And if you want to log in with the UI, the username is OpenVPN. Okay, if anyone wants to connect to this VPN server, you need to use OpenVPN from the web UI. Perfect. Now we have the server ready. Now what you need to do is just copy the server IP and paste it in the browser and see what it is asking. Just say https://server IP. Perfect. It is saying your connection is not private. Fine. Click on advanced and proceed to this. Perfect. Now we have OpenVPN access server web UI. Here you need to mention username. Username is OpenVPN. If you don't have password, we need to set password from here. Okay, how to set password is sudo passwd OpenVPN. You can keep same name as password as well. Okay, let me type it. I kept the password. Perfect. Password is done. Now let me enter the same password here as well. Sign in. Perfect. I'm able to connect to OpenVPN. Now what you need to do is to connect to this OpenVPN from your system, you need to download this. Okay. You click on this OpenVPN for Windows 1. As I have Windows machine, I am clicking on VPN. OpenVPN Connect Windows 1. And I already had this in my system. That's why I'm canceling it. If somebody is using this from Linux machine, you need to download the Linux one. Okay, this will prompt to Linux one. Okay, now I'm not using the Linux one, I'm just using the Windows one. That's why I downloaded the Windows one. Now once you download and install, you will get something like this. Type OpenVPN. This is OpenVPN Connect. See the small icon, OpenVPN Connect. This is the UI, and it is expecting you to import some profile. That profile you can download it from here. Okay, if you scroll down, you have yourself download this profile. You need to go to OpenVPN client and click on file, browse, and look for this is the file you downloaded, client1.openvpn. Perfect. Now click on add, and this is the profile. It is in this state. You change this to like this. It will ask you password. What are the password you created? Just enter the same password. Now you connected to VPN. Okay, that means there is a network connection between your Windows system and your AWS VPC network. Now we test this SQL Workbench. Okay, click on test. Perfect. Now see, with OpenVPN we are able to connect to this RDS. No need to make publicly accessible as yes. The moment when you disconnect yourself from the VPN, let me disconnect. Now I am disconnected. Try one more time. you cannot connect, right? See, this is how we have to use. No, I don't want to use VPN in the sense. Then what you need to do is you need to go for RDS, and in the modify, in the modify section, you need to make publicly accessible as yes. Then without VPN also you can connect to the RDS instance. Now scroll down. Here you have publicly accessible as yes. Select yes and click on continue, modify EC2 instance. Okay, we need to wait some time. Then if you test, now I'm disconnected from the VPN, just wait for some time, and then if you test, as you made publicly accessible as yes, we can still connect to RDS instance from SQL Workbench without VPN as well. But this is not recommended way. Okay, the recommended way in Office or in any project is we should definitely use OpenVPN to connect to our AWS infrastructure. Let us try one more time. It is not ready yet. We'll try one more time. We need to wait until this becomes yes. Okay, now we need to see publicly accessible should become yes, then only we have to try. Okay, now the publicly accessible is yes, we can try now. You can try again. It takes some time to reflect, because if you see here, it is still saying modifying. Okay, we'll wait until this becomes available. We can then only try. This is now available. Let me refresh, and once we get the confirmation if it is available, only then we will try. Okay, now we will click on this DB identifier and we will see the info is available. Now we will try from SQL Workbench. Click on test. Successful. See, ideally, if you speak from security perspective, you should never keep publicly accessible as yes. Okay, let me change back to no. Okay, and if you see VPN is in disconnected. To connect, we need to definitely make publicly accessible as yes. But what I'm trying to do is I'll keep publicly accessible as no, and I will say continue, and I will say apply immediately or apply during the next schedule. That's also fine. Modify DB instance. Okay, now if you see, let me wait until this becomes no. It is still modifying. We need to wait until this becomes no, and once it is available, what I will do is I will connect the VPN again. If you start connecting VPN again, it will ask you the password for OpenVPN user which you created. Now it is connected. Now if you don't want to use OpenVPN user, you can create your own username. Let me show you how to create that. If you at all you are interested, you can navigate to admin UI. This is the admin UI. You can navigate to admin UI, log in with OpenVPN, and you can create your own username as well. Apart from OpenVPN, you can use other users as well. OpenVPN, and then you can create your own username as well. For the admin, you need to accept license agreement, agree, and then user management, user permissions, and in the user permission we have default username. If you want, you can create test user 1, and if you want, you can make this user as admin as well, and click on save settings. Perfect. If you want, you can use this test user 1 as well. Instead of OpenVPN, you can use test user 1 as well. Okay, I'm directly using the OpenVPN user only. Now if you see, our RDS instance became available and now publicly accessible as no. As we connected to VPN, we will try the connection one more time. We should be able to connect to it successfully without publicly accessible. Yes, see, connection to this successful. Click on OK. Click on OK. If you want, you can create. I'm creating a table company. Perfect. If you want, you can insert some records into this. Perfect. And if you want, you can do a select query, select star from. Perfect. And finally, you can commit the transaction. Perfect. See, I'm able to do it from local itself. Okay. Unless you have a VPN, you cannot connect to RDS from local using publicly accessible. No. If you want to connect within the VPC, you can use EC2. I showed you, right? From the EC2, you can connect to PostgreSQL. These are the two ways. Okay. The first way is either we need to connect from EC2 to RDS, or second one, if you want to connect outside the VPC, then definitely you need to use VPN. If you are not using VPN, you need to make publicly accessible as yes for RDS instance. Thanks everyone for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.